Hey guys, Joe Troyer, just shooting a real quick video to show you guys how to install Analytic call tracking. The first things first, you guys should have gotten an email from your web host when you signed up for them for your login to cPanel. So the first thing is you guys need to log into cPanel. So you guys can see, this is what you guys should see when you log in. First things first, you need to add a subdomain. So I always recommend installing the call tracking platform on a subdomain. So we're going to be installing this on joetroyer.com, and the subdomain is going to be tracking. So it's going to be tracking.joetroyer.com. So what we're going to do is go ahead and come back into cPanel, and we're going to go down to subdomains under domains. We're going to add in tracking and hit create. So it's saying that tracking.joetroyer.com has been created. Click go back. The next step, go back to home. Alright guys, so the next step is setting up the database. We're going to go down to databases here and then MySQL databases. And what we need to do is create a new database. This can be whatever you guys want. For this example, I'm just going to use call track. Click create database. And you guys can see it just added the database call track. So now we need to create a new user. I'm just going to do admin for the user and then make a password. And I'm just going to write this down. And then click create user. Alright, and it's told us that it's added the user with the password. So now we just need to go back. And now the last step with the database is adding the user to the database. So we need to select whatever user we just created and the database that we want to add the user to and click add. And then click all privileges here at the top and click make changes. So you guys can see the user was added to the database. So the next step, guys, you need to download the latest version of Analytic call tracking. If you look here, I have that right here. So what you need to do is actually extract this zip file and log in or open up the folder, and you guys should see calltrack.sql. We need to import this into the database. So we're going to go back to home, log down or go down to databases and go to phpMyAdmin, and we need to go select on this left hand side the database that we just made, which is calltrack, and go to import and then choose file, and we just need to navigate to the folder ACT and the version whatever you're on, and then select the calltrack.sql file. Okay, once you do, just go down to the bottom and click go, and you can see the import has been successfully finished with 24 queries executed. So what we just did is we just set up a database, added a user, and imported the SQL file, which is really the database contents. So now we need to upload all the files to our web host. So the easiest way, guys, to do this is if you have an FTP program. I use FileZilla. You can see I've already logged in here. It's the same login credentials as you got or that you used for cPanel. So I'm just, it's actually already connected, but you would just put in your information here, your host, which is your URL, your username, your password, and hit quick connect. So these are the file contents here. You just need to go to public HTML, and then tracking or whatever your subdomain was. And now we need to upload the files or the zip file. Actually, let's just do all the files here. So we're going to select all of these. So you just drag and drop in there. As you guys can see, they're all the files are uploading. going to close this out. Almost done. 12 files left. 9, 6, 5, 2, 1. All right, we're all done. So we're going to go back over to cPanel, and we're going to use the file manager. And I always have show hidden files selected, and we need to go to whatever your root is. So tracking.joetroyer.com. And what we need to do is go to the include file, or folder, I'm sorry, and then open up the this file right here, config, and hit code edit. Yep, we want to edit this file. So these are all the contents of the config file. So what we need to do is put in the database host, name, username, and password. If you're using cPanel, usually the host is localhost. For the database name, we need to use whatever we just set up. Mine was that. And put in my password. The next step is you guys can put in a site here, or a site name here. This is for branding purposes. You probably want to use your company name. And right here, you guys can also disable recordings for everything. I don't suggest doing this, but we did have some people ask for this feature, so we included it. Next, we need to set the time zone. So what you guys need to do, if you're not in the American New York, which would be Eastern Standard Time, grab this URL right here, open it up in a new tab, and you guys need to select your country here, and then find your region or your area. So if you're in America, and then let's say Knoxville, or let's say Louisville for this example, you would just copy this, and we would paste this here instead of America/New York. Next step is we need to log into Twilio and get a couple things. We need the account SID and the auth token. So I've already logged into Twilio. You can see this is my account SID. I'm just going to copy this, paste it here. Now we need the auth token. The auth token, you need to hit this little unlock thing and copy this. And I'm going to go back over here and paste it in. The final step is you need to get a Yahoo API key. Unless you guys are doing a ton of volume, you guys shouldn't need this. This is just for the maps to show you where the call came from. So I leave this alone on all my installs, and Yahoo's letting me get all the data. So unless you're doing a lot of call volume, you don't need this Yahoo Geo API key. Just click Save Changes. And we're going to go back into the file manager, and we're going to refresh this or reload. And we just need to rename the config file to config.php and get rid of this dist. So the next step, guys, is just to go to the place where you installed Analytic call tracking. So we just did tracking.joetroyer.com. And you guys can see call tracking login. This is the interface here. By default, your login credentials are admin, admin. As you guys can see, Analytic call tracking has been installed.